Bill Pickard, one of the most successful entrepreneurs in America, also an alpha man. He was one of the first African-American McDonald's franchise owners and is the CEO of several successful companies, as well as a co-owner of 5 black newspapers. Now Dr. Pickard is sharing his keys to success in his new book, that is Millionaire Moves, 7 Proven Principles of Entrepreneurship. What up, Doc?
Good morning.
So here's the deal. A lot of folks want to be successful, but one of the things that I constantly tell people is, you got to pick a lane versus trying to be all over the place.
Initially, I think that is very, very
well, so you got to go
correct.
through one door before you can try to do different stuff.
Exactly.
What was the door for you? What did you first go through?
The numbers business. My family was involved in that business, and I saw the good and the not so good of that business, and that channeled me into social work.
Okay.
My first job was with the Urban League of Cleveland, and I quickly learned that working for somebody was not my thing. And then I stumbled into McDonald's as one of the first black franchises in America. And there's a Chinese proverb that says, as one eats, the appetite becomes wetter. So from McDonald's to automotives, MGM Casino, automotive manufacturing, newspapers. So I've been very blessed. But initially, it was that one thing.
And the reason that's important because, again, the one opportunity, walking through one door opens doors in other different ways. But you also were not, you were agnostic to the area. So to go from McDonald's to automotive to this, that. So your deal was, I want to own something.
Precisely. And preferably, I like to own a number of things that begins to equate to one thing is up, one thing is down. And I hit it at the right time. Detroit was booming when I arrived in 1971, and Coleman Young was a great leader and insisted upon equal opportunities for all of its citizens. And I was able to benefit from that.
You talk to a lot of people around the country, and you go to a lot of these various conferences. What's the one common mistake you consistently confront for people who say, I want to be like you?
We have excuses. I have no money, I don't have the right relationships, and I don't know what I want to do. Especially, I don't have any money. Well, if you have money, why do you want to go in business? DuPonts and Rockefellers and some people are not trying to go into more business because they have wealth, and I always ask, what's it being wealthy and being rich? When you're wealthy, money just works for Oprah. When you're rich, like me and you, we got to get up every morning and hustle.
No, I ain't rich. I ain't even near you, so don't even try that. Angela.
Dr. Pickard, just want to say to you, thank you for being a mentor to a young brother called Elroy Saylor and showing him how home ownership, you own a house that has 2 parts, so the upstairs pays for the downstairs, Greenview.
Wow. Wow.
That's a hug.
Wow, okay. Of course, he's from Michigan, and he was involved in an early, relevant, moderate black Republican involvement in our state. And we had a lot of support in that regard.
Sure, Michael?
As a millennial, I mean, you know, college debt is like one of the biggest things for younger people, particularly young African Americans. So I guess my question to you is, if you're just getting out of college, you're a young African American, you want to be an entrepreneur, what advice would you give to navigate that?
Get started. Get started. And I would say, in my book, I talk about debt. College debt is one of the few positive debt instruments that I know about.
Okay, can you please repeat that, please?
College debt is one of the few positive debt instruments that I know about.
Why?
Because it gives you one leg on the ladder of success in America.
So, because I constantly say you have to look at college debt in a different way. You buy a car, look, it's going to depreciate. But if you say, I got $30,000 in student loan debt, and then over the course of 10 years, you earn $400,000,
so what?
It actually, it helped you in a certain way, right?
Exactly.
So right now we know that there's massive income inequality, there's conversations about greed. How do you encourage or teach capitalism with a conscience, if there is such a thing?
Well, to me, our community has always been very, very much about sharing. I mean, we don't always have the money, but the missionary board, one of my favorite things is the Dorcas Society of the old AME Church. They were put together in the 1800s for one thing, to help families that were burned out. That was a Dorcas Society. So it's not always about the money. Money is important, but it's about sitting with the sick, helping young kids get to college. All those things are an intricate part of our community, especially our religious community historically.
30 seconds left. When we talk about, I saw one of the principles you talked about, people who are smart, but it's not always just book smart.
Well, you know, I'm a solid C student, a very good one. And there's a book that I love to talk about. The book is entitled, A Students Work for the C Students and B Students Work for the Government. And I'm a living example of that.
Folks, the book is called Millionaire Moves, 7 Proven Principles of Entrepreneurship. William Pickard.
Weekdays on TV One.
I will never lie to you.
Oh my God.
Roland Martin.
He doesn't want to talk to us. He wants to ignore us.
Uncensored.
Hell no. That ain't gonna cut it, boo.
Unapologetic.
No, that is fundamentally false. You are wrong.
Unfiltered.
He wants an America where we all look alike. He ain't talking about black people.
Unrelenting.
You better go work out, because you got a fight on your hands.
NewsOne Now with Roland Martin. Weekdays at 7 a.m. on TV One.